Angels bats, which have been pretty quiet this season, made a lot of noise this weekend in a 4-game sweep of the Tigers. Tonight, the surprising Tampa Bay Rays open a 3-game set to close out the homestand. It's been a very good homestand for the Angels so far. 5-2 as they begin a 3-game set tonight against the visiting Tampa Bay Rays. Last night, they completed the 4-game sweep of the Detroit Tigers and ready to play some more baseball here at the Big A with Garrett Richards on the mound as we welcome you back inside the Big A and to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and yesterday they had their hands full against David Price. Fantastic start to the season for David Price, but Johnny the Entertainer, Johnny Giavitello once again coming through in the clutch.
Johnny on the spot again. He's unbelievable. Every time when there's a clutch situation, Johnny comes through. Take a look at our AT&T Uverse Rewind. Once again, bases loaded, an opportunity to be able to give the Angels a lead. What he does in these situations, he shortens up his swing. He doesn't try to hit home runs. He just tries to make contact. Get that ball at the middle, but got to give Gary DiSarcina, third base coach, a lot of credit for sending, without hesitation, Chris Iannetta home for 2 runs to be able to score on that base hit for Johnny Giavitello. Hitting over 500 in late situations, Johnny is. He just relaxes the plate, and he likes to be the hero.
I mentioned Garrett Richards on the mound for the Angels. Alex Colomé going for the Tampa Bay Rays, and you just don't know what you're going to get out of Colomé, and you hope that Garrett turns it around. 5 runs, 3 earned the last time out.
Yeah, Victor, he wasn't real happy the way he fielded his position. He didn't like some of the breaking balls he threw over the plate early in counts. I look for him to go out there and try to dominate with his fastball. 4-3 mark on the season ERA, just over 3 for Richards. Colomé has been great on the road in his career, 4-0, but this season is 1-0, but his ERA is a lot higher. It's a little over 5. So you got to have that middle of the field approach against him, but Garrett's just got to attack with his fastball with that great 4-seamer.
Garrett Richards looking for his 5th win of the season. The Angels trying to keep it rolling as we're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax. Lineups at first pitch when we return. Angels baseball is brought to you by CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax, start here. By Jack in the Box. Taste the new black pepper cheeseburger today, only at Jack in the Box. By Keck Medicine of USC, beyond exceptional medicine. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. the Tampa Bay Rays. The Angels, with their victory and the sweep of the Detroit Tigers, now find themselves 3 games over 500. At the start of the day, 4 back in the American League West. So the Angels starting to make some progress, playing better baseball here at home.
By the way,
lost to it through the pods.
Garrett said, "Hey, let's go! I'm ready to go."
They're waiting on him. That's good when the starting pitcher's ready to get out there.
Sorry for interrupting you. I just love what he was doing there.
Hey, man, it's your world.
True.
I'm just driving the bus. You tell me where you want to go. All right.
Can
I do the lineup?
Yes. You prefer.
Let's take a look at Kevin Cash's starting lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays. Cash in his first season as the skipper of the Rays has him tied for first in the American League East with a 26-25 record. It's Kevin Kiermaier leading things off at center. A fantastic defender out at center. Joey Butler, DH. Evan Longoria at third. David DeJesus is in left field. Logan Forsythe at first base. Steven Souza Jr. is the right fielder, as Drupal Cabrera, the former Cleveland Indian, at short. Nick Franklin, the former Mariner, is at second base. And Rene Rivera, well, he's been a former Mariner and former Padre.
Former lots in his
Former
lineup.
lots, yeah. He's the catcher, and he is batting ninth, as we mentioned, taking on Garrett Richards. 4-3 record with a 3.12 earned run average.
Yeah, 1-1 his career versus the Rays when ERA over 5.40. Very solid so far this season, but for me, Garrett, today, I think one thing we'll look for is percentage of fastballs thrown for strikes. So far this year, 53%. Last year, 49%. I want that, and I think he told me just the other day that he wants that percentage to go up higher. He's going to use his fastball more so, I think, during the course of this game with that trust in the movement he has on his cut fastball and two-seam fastball.
Check out the defense for the Halos. Neuenweiss gets the start at left. Mike Trout at center. Cole Calhoun at right. David Freese, Eric Ibar, Johnny Giavatello, and Albert Pujols back at first base. That's the infield from third to first. Carlos Perez doing the catching tonight.
And I love the fact that Albert Pujols is back at first base. His first start since getting hurt on Friday. His last 2 games, but he did designated hit. Couple-time Gold Glove winner. As a member of the St. Louis Cardinals, he means so much to this defense. Not only can pick the low throws, but covers a lot of ground at first base.
The Rays coming off a win against the Baltimore Orioles at Camden Yards. They're on one of those zigzag trips. Long one. Baltimore to here, and then they go to Seattle before returning home. And, of course, the Angels will face them next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at the Tropicana Field. Kevin Kiermaier leading things off. And he will take upstairs. Kiermaier, .225 batting average, 3 home runs and 11 runs batted in. Good speed. David Freese playing in at third. Tapper foul off the right ankle area. Got the guard on it, but obviously that's some of the area that's not protected. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Always has been a very aggressive hitter, especially on fastballs. That's that cut action on the fastball from Richards at 95. As a hitter, you think you centered in on that baseball, you're going to drive it, and it cuts in, and you foul it off your leg.
Pulled foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And another pitch to keep an eye on with Richards today. He said he wants to use his curveball even earlier in the game. His curveball is around 77 to 79 range, which is very effective against left-handed batters.
Breaking ball down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Garrett in his last start faced the Padres and took the loss. Mentioned the 5 runs, 3 earned. In 6 2/3, gave up 8 hits through 99 pitches. 6 strikeouts and 2 walks. Delivers a 2-2. That's upstairs. So full count to start the ball game, and it is Joey Butler, the DH, on deck. Bouncer foul at 95. Light action throughout Major League Baseball. In the American League, it's just Boston hosting Minnesota, Baltimore at Houston, the Yankees in Seattle. Everything else in the National League tonight. 3-2. This one's looked out to left field, not very deep. Neuenweiss likes to play a shallow left field. He's able to track it down for the first out.
Hyundai key for this game, the UFO, going a little lights out with Garrett Richards on the mound, especially when you have a very tough series against a team like the Tigers. You have that chance of possibly having that letdown, but the perfect guy on the mound to make sure that doesn't happen, especially with that dominating fastball from Garrett Richards.
Terrific performance for the Angels in sweeping the Tigers. First 4-game sweep here since '96. Halos have now won 15 of the last 16 against Detroit here. Joey Butler, the DH, hitting .342, 3 home runs and 8 runs batted in. Hits this one sharply. One hopper to Eric Ibar. 2 down.
Well, he is way off the plate. But still, he's still looking for something on the inner half, and Garrett got that in there just enough, even though he hit it pretty well, but jammed him enough to get a ground ball out.
So 2 outs, and Evan Longoria now up, the third baseman. Now 29 years of age. Fouls the first one back.
It's amazing. He's been the one constant wearing that Rays uniform. Seen a lot of his friends and very good teammates moved over the last number of seasons. He's still wearing that uni, the leader of this team.
Breaking ball is in there, 0-2. Played in all 162 games last year for Tampa Bay. 253, 22 home runs, and 91 runs batted in. Skied on the right side. Looks like it might be playable for Albert. Foul territory. Garrett Richards with a 1-2-3 first. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Ibar, Trout, and Pujols coming up for the Angels. Starting lineup for the Halos, as we mentioned, at 27 and 24. Ibar, Trout, and Pujols in the top third of the order, with Albert back at first base. Then it's Calhoun, Freese, and Joyce. Matt serving as the DH, and Cole, who batted in the 6th spot last night, back to his familiar cleanup spot. Then you've got Perez, Neuenhuis in left field, and Johnny Giavitello here last night. He is at second base. They are taking on the 26-year-old right-hander native of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, Alex Colomé.
Colomé, very good fastball with good movement himself. 92 to 96, slider, curveball, and solid changeup. My go-tos to be successful against them: swing early, especially early in the count. He gets a lot more fastballs. You got an opportunity to be able to square it up and balance order. The number 5, 6, and 7 batters in the order against Colomé so far this year are in 333. So looking for that balance. Look for the continue tonight.
Halos last night, the victory, had 9 hits, 8 of which came against David Price. Colomé works from the stretch. A modified stretch. And the first one's in for a strike.
A little bit like David Price.
Yeah. Ibar hitting .271, has a home run, 16 runs batted in, an 8-game hitting streak. He's also hit safely at 19 of the last 20. That's a line foul. Little dribbler up the first base line. Tough play for Rivera, and Ibar is out at first. Heck of a play by Rene Rivera as we check out the Rays defensively tonight. De Jesus, Kiermaier, and Souza in the outfield from left to right. Longoria, Cabrera, Franklin, and Forsythe from third to first. Rivera behind the plate.
Longoria, one of the better fielding third basemen in all of baseball, especially in the American League. He's won 2 Gold Gloves in 09 and 10. Only multi-winner in Rays history as far as winning the Gold Glove. Still very good coming in the baseball and strong throwing arm.
Trout steps in with 1 out and the bases clear. 3 infielders on the left side for the Rays. Good fastball from Colomé.
What you mentioned, I think that was a great play by Rivera. That's a tough throw, especially with something going right down the line.
Trout last night 1 for 4 with an RBI single. Go back and look at the play up that first base line.
I mean, that's almost a perfect bunt, and you have to make that throw off balance, but you have to throw it inside the base to be able to catch that for Forsythe. Otherwise, you're going to hit the runner going down, and he was within the line. It would have been safe at first.
Good rip by Trout, fouls it straight back, 1-2.
That baseball right there had a chance going a long way. He just fouled that one back. That was the inner half of the plate, slightly elevated fastball.
One, 2 now. Breaking ball. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Trout has never faced Colomé before, but against the Rays for his career, .329 batting average with 5 home runs.
Halos won the season series last year against the Rays, going 5-2. And got him with a slider. Hard breaking slider at that. 2 down.
Pretty sharp slider. Starts on the outer half of the plate, then cuts off the corner. Very difficult pitch to make contact, especially when you have not faced him before.
So 2 outs, nobody on, and it is Albert Pujols now up. Albert a .245 batting average.
We've said that a lot lately, facing a pitcher for the first time over the last couple of weeks for the Angels hitters. And I like Pujols' approach right there, going after the first pitch on an 0-0 count against Colomé so far this year. Hitters are in .364 with 2 home runs and 5 RBI on that very first pitch he throws.
No balls, 2 strikes. Albert, of course, got off to a slow start. At 208 in the month of April. Picked up the pace a little bit in May. 271 with 8 home runs and 14 runs batted in. Eight of his 11 bombs in that month. 0-2 down. Jammed and fouls it back.
Including back-to-back-to-back games here in this homestand.
Yeah. The Angels overall as a team hit 244 in May. Doesn't sound like a whole lot. It's 12 points better than what they did in the month of April. He ended up finishing up 3 games over 500 for May. 16-13. Halos had 32 home runs in May. 18 the first month of the season. 0-2, and that is shot to right. It'll work. 2-strike approach for the big man. Gets him a single.
That's what you want to do. Early in the count, you're looking to drive the ball. Extra base mentality, but behind in the count, you're just trying to make contact. That was a very good pitch, but he went the other way. Just made contact. 4-seam fastball trying to paint the corner, and just flicks it into the outfield for a base hit. Gives Cole Calhoun an opportunity to swing the bat here in the first.
That's one of those that you used to say in the minor leagues, your heart was in it, but your rear end was not. But you still get a single out of it.
Still strong enough to hit into the outfield.
Cole will bat with a man on and 2 down. Mentioned he batted in the 6th spot last night. Went 0 for 2, had a sack bunt and a walk. He'll look at a fastball for a strike. Nineteenth game for Cole in that cleanup spot. One ball, one strike, and clearly from just from an average standpoint, on base percentage, slugging. He is now 9 fewer games than that of the leadoff spot. But he has fared much better in that leadoff spot than he has batting cleanup. He's at just 227 in this spot. Slugging 348. Doesn't mean he won't get it going. But the mindset does change a little bit.
It's completely different in this part of the order.
Reaches for the off-speed pitch. A little slow roller to second. Franklin throws out Calhoun, and the Angels are done here in the first. We'll head to the second. No scores. Will face the Rays tomorrow at 7:05, and fans in attendance will receive a Cole Calhoun visor courtesy of Salinas Incorporated while supplies last. Purchase tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or online at angels.com. They're everywhere.
Can't wait. That's tomorrow night.
Yeah. It's a great red because it matches the uniform tops too. I mean, if you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah, no.
De Jesus, Forsythe, and Souza here in the second to face Garrett Richards. We had himself a 1-2-3 first, 2 fly ball outs and a ground out. David DeJesus off to a nice start. Second year of a 2-year deal. 35-year-old hitting .333, 5 home runs, 19 runs batted in, also 6 doubles. See that on base percentage at .383. He's their cleanup hitter. James Loney still on the disabled list. Also, of course, the pitching issues that they've had. You've got a lot of good arms on the disabled list.
And yet they're still leading the American League in ERA.
Yeah, 3.36 as a staff. 1-1 upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Not that the Angels' ERA is not too shabby at 3.59. Fourth in the American League. There's Kevin Cash. Given a 5-year deal to be their manager. First year manager. No experience. Seems to be the trend. It's 3 balls and a strike.
When you look during the course of this series, they are one team like we saw with Joe Madden. They will put the shifts on in the infield. They will use every means possible to try to win a game as far as any advantage they can, whether it's on the defensive side or the offensive side.
And a leadoff walk to start the second. So it looks here like in the early going for Garrett that fastball command has been a little spotty for him.
Yeah, upstairs with his fastball. And he's much more effective when his fastball is at the knees. And even a conversation the other day, I mean, most times you think of him as a strikeout pitcher, and he will get his strikeouts. But even himself had said he is a ground ball pitcher. But to get those ground balls, he has to stay downstairs with his fastball.
Breaking ball. First pitch. That's a called strike. Logan Forsythe, the first baseman. .291 batting average with 5 home runs and 22 runs batted in. Ground ball toward the hole. Freese goes into the slide, gets up, fires to first, and they got him. Nice play by David Freese. Otherwise, you're talking about first and second with nobody out.
That's a real nice recovery because Forsythe runs very well down the line. Went into a slide, got up quickly, stumbled initially, but his strong throwing arm allowed him to throw him out at first. Good range, got to handle the baseball, and a firm throw to get him at first. Well done by Freese. And you could even tell by that angle, it doesn't look like Eric's going to be able to make that play more than likely, so that had to come down to David Freese, and he made a nice play.
Jesus ends up at second base. And it's Steven Souza Jr., the right fielder, up. He swings and skies one to left center. Playable for Neuenhuis. Trout calls him off, and he'll make the catch. Kirk having to learn on the fly, as Matt Joyce once did.
And it's also a much easier throw for the center fielder to throw towards third. Neuenhuis would have to be going away from the baseball, a longer throw, just in case DeJesus would try to tag up. Well done by Trout.
And you never know with DeJesus. He's always been one of those guys that's been aggressive on the base paths, takes chances.
DeJesus with great career numbers. He's done everything well against the Angels. A .320 career hitter. That's it with 300 at bats. 6 home runs and 29 RBI for DeJesus against the Angels.
As Drupal Cabrera, the shortstop, takes down and in. 29-year-old Venezuelan. Now with the Rays, shining in the offseason with them. Split time last year with Cleveland and Washington. 2-11, a couple of home runs and 11 runs batted in. 3 infielders on the right side. And that is up and in again with that fastball. Cabrera from this side of the plate, .212 batting average, .205 from the right. Ground ball into the shift. That's Eric Ibar. Took a 6-3 put out to end the innings. The leadoff walk remains stranded in scoring position. We'll head to the bottom of the second with no score.
Check out the big news from around the majors on the Carl's Jr. Sports Update. A couple of aces going at it up in Seattle, and another ace on the hill in Colorado, and swinging the bat.
David Freese, Matt Joyce, and Carlos Perez here in the bottom of the second for the Angels. Facing Alex Colomé, the nephew of former Tampa Bay Ray Jesus Colomé. Freese a little 5-game hitting streak, 230 overall. Takes upstairs with a fastball.
These counts so far are hitters against Colomé this year. Coming into this game on a 1-0 count, 3 for 4, 750 batting average against them.
One ball, one strike.
Nasty slider 1-0 though.
It really is. I mean, that to me, you know, with Garrett's is devastating because it's got that little hump to it, so it kind of freezes a hitter. This one as a hitter, I mean, it's on a fastball plane, and all of a sudden, almost like a good splitter, forkball, just dives at the last second.
And until you see him at least once through the lineup, it's going to be difficult to read that pitch, because he hasn't shown he can throw it for a strike yet. Every time it's been just off the corner. But early on, it looks like a strike as it approaches the plate.
Just off the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike. Halo's got a 2-out single by Pujols in the first inning, but was stranded there at first. And that is out to left. Going back on it is De Jesus. That is gone. A big fly for David Freese. 1-0 Angels here in the bottom of the second.
Now make that a 6-game hitting streak for David Freese. His 9th home run, 29th RBI. Got himself in a very good hitter's count. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and he covers it. Has to challenge him, and he was right there for that challenge of that fastball in the inner half, and he crushes it. Great balance through the baseball, got his hands inside, and then used the barrel of the bat to go a long way.
5th home run allowed by Colomé. And the first is someone other than a Yankee. First 4 home runs he gave up was in a start on May 11th to the Yankees. That was at home, not at Yankee Stadium with the friendly porch and right. Joyce goes one foul. It was 1 ball, 1 strike. And Joyce facing his former team. As a matter of fact, when he got 3 former Angels on the Tampa Bay Rays, Ernesto Frieri, Kevin Jepsen, and Bobby Wilson. Joyce being flipped for Jepsen.
Bobby Wilson got the start yesterday in Baltimore. So I'm getting RBI base hit. There he is.
There's Bobby, Florida native. Back home.
Always been a very solid defender behind the plate.
There's Ernie. Breaking ball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just wish, because he is such a good guy, that everything would have worked out better for Ernesto Frieri. Kind of the guy you want to root for.
He's pleasant, great smile, fun to be around. He's lost confidence in his breaking ball, especially.
2-2 now. Joyce lays off, and it's a called strike 3. 1 down, pardon me.
It's an 88-mile-an-hour changeup. It's a pretty good changeup. He's catching that lower part of the strike zone. After dealing with 96 on his fastball, a changeup at 88.
So 1 out, nobody on, and Carlos Perez up. Halos up 1-0. David Freese home run. Carlos fouls it off to the right. They play the overshift on Perez. Word gets around, I guess.
Surprising, because he hits the ball well the other way.
Yeah.
The ball he turns on is maybe a slider or something on the inner part of the plate, but most times he punches the ball to right field, right center field.
Carlos pinch hit last night in the 8th inning. It popped out. Had a 2-hit game on Saturday. 286 batting average. 10 RBIs. It's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Tampa seems to put the shift on everybody.
Yeah.
Any chance it probably wouldn't be the case if we were up there hitting. And then they would just all leave them in the dugout.
They would be, I would imagine, the first team. Pretty funny. That kind of started instituting the overshift. The drastic shifts, if you will, that are now commonplace. Joe Madden and the guys there in Tampa.
They believe in it, and it's worked well.
And I think other teams are starting to see it, the benefits of it. Two on pitch. This one down toward right center field. And this will chase Kiermaier back. Just shy of the track. 2 down.
Well, during the course of this series, Kiermaier makes some unbelievable plays in center field. He is very aggressive. That play he was able to get back quickly on, but he's not afraid of the wall. He's not afraid of diving in the outfield grass for a baseball.
He's got the scouting report in his back pocket.
Yeah, he does.
How about that? Makes the catch, throw the baseball back in, get the scouting report up for Neuenhuis, and then goes in the back pocket. He's got to get one of those the
wrist things.
Yeah. He's quarterback or something. Neuenhuis getting to start in left field. 1 for 3 as an Angel.
Neuenhuis is 5 for 9 in his career versus the Rays with 2 home runs, 3 RBI.
So you're saying Scioscia's playing a hunch?
Yes, he is.
This is line to left field. It'll get down for a base hit. Boy, those hunches.
Yes. Let's take a look at our T-Mobile game changer with Johnny Giamatella coming to the play. We talked about it in the opening. That's 7 game-winning RBIs this season. That's tied for third in the majors with Evan Longoria. Batting average over 500 in those close and late situations. 15 hits. Just second best in the majors. His approach is so much different in those spots. Early in the game, seemed to be a little longer swing, trying to drive the ball. Later in the game, just making contact, shortens up the swing.
That's why that late and close number is as good as it is. Quick throw to first. Kirk is back. And not to disparage or talk negatively about an individual, but when it comes to Johnny in those situations where maybe he starts to get a little long in his swing, and he did the month of May. He certainly, I mean, the numbers prove that out. His numbers dropped dramatically in May compared to April. Is that maybe you force him into kind of hit and run situations, regardless of how many outs there are, to get him to hit down on the baseball, or force him to use the entire field.
Remember, we were on the road trip that last one. I think it was in Boston where Mike Scioscia gave him the day off. The reason why was because he felt the same way. His swing was getting a little bit longer. He was trying to drive the ball instead of having that level swing and making good contact.
Oh, 1 count on Johnny, hitting .271 with a home run and 17 RBIs. Missed it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Coleman not as aggressive, or so it appears here, after giving up the home run to David Freese to lead off the second.
That'll do that to you every once in a while, especially as a still relatively young pitcher. When you make a mistake with a fastball, all of a sudden that mindset is, I don't want to miss in the middle of the plate like he did against David Freese anymore.
Chopper foul. Halos have hit 11 home runs on this homestand, 5 of which came the other day. Neuenhuis takes off upstairs in the breaking ball. Good throw by Rivera. Neuenhuis is gunned down to end the second. But David Freese puts the Angels on top to start the second. His 9th home run of the season, giving the Angels a 1-0 lead.
He got himself a nice 3-1 fastball, and he covers it out for his 9th home run of the season.
now for a chance to win a trip to the MLB All-Star Game on Fox for you and 3 of your friends. Upload 2 photos at foxsports.com/fantastic all-star now through June 3rd. Nick Franklin swinging first pitch, skies one to left center. High bar, doing highs, high bar, makes the catch. 1 down.
Well, you always like that. That one pitch out, especially when your team gets you that lead right away. And Franklin's going to be aggressive. He's had a tough time at the plate this year. So he's going to be hacking, hoping for a first pitch fastball.
It's been a tough go for him at the major league level, period. First round pick by Seattle. Hadn't really panned out.
Surprised, too, because his hands, he looks like he's pretty quick on fastballs. He's very good as far as the defensive side.
Still just 24 years of age. Here's Rene Rivera. 160 average. A couple of home runs and 9 runs batted in. Breaking ball low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rivera's been around a while. Last year was with San Diego at 252, 11 home runs, 44 runs batted in. Originally a Seattle Mariner. Off the end of the bat, dribbling back to the mound. The long underhand flip. 2 outs. Folks, the Angels will take on the Rays yet again on Wednesday at 7:05 in honor of the youngest player to reach 100 home runs and 100 stolen bases. Fans in attendance will receive a commemorative Mike Trout poster courtesy of State Farm while supplies last. Get your tickets online.
That'd be a cool thing.
Yeah. That whole poster thing's kind of. Oh, that was all the rage.
Remember having quite a few of them.
Was it mostly the shoe companies that had all the cool ones, right?
Yeah, there were some great ones back then. They were basically action posters too. Some Trout hats.
Did you say the Michael Jordan one with the arms outstretched would be like from sports posters? Number 1 poster of all time is the Farrah Fawcett one. Let's just get that out of the way right now.
Well, I thought it was my Led Zeppelin one.
No. Not so much. Close second.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Check swing. Did not go. 2 balls and a strike. George Gervin, the Iceman, had one sitting down like in an ice chair.
Yeah, he did. Clyde Drexler.
Smooth out the left center. Newt, Heiss, and Trout, and the left one will go all the way to the wall. Kiermaier with good speed. He's going to stop at second.
Now, he was thinking triple out of the batter's box, but run down well by Trout.
Good piece of hitting there on a pitch down and away. Punching it to left center for his 10th double of the season. So man in scoring position.
And he's very aggressive. Right out of the batter's box, he's definitely thinking triple. Cuts the corner well, gets to second base, realized that was played well, and got in quickly. Especially when especially with Garrett on the mound, he is every once in a while will overthrow a slider in the dirt. So as a hitter, you would love to try to have that opportunity to get a triple, to put pressure on that slider from Richards.
This one off the end of the bat, foul. Butler 0 for 1 with a ground ball to short. First season with the Rays. Originally in the Ranger system. Played briefly in Japan last year. After he got released by the Cardinals, Perez has that one go through the legs, but Kiermaier never really picked it up. 1 ball, 1 strike. No strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 hit allowed for Garrett Richards. That was the double to Kiermaier here in the 3rd. Did not go. 2 balls, 1 strike. Butler, a rookie, led all American League rookies in May with a .548 slugging and a .925 OPS. A lot of new faces on this Tampa Bay Rays team.
With 12.
Yeah.
.36 pitches thrown for Garrett so far tonight. 20 strikes, 16 out of the strike zone. Not the norm as far as the percentage of strikes to ball ratio for Garrett that we're accustomed to seeing.
Back toward the middle. That's going to sneak through for a base hit. The Rays going to tie this one up. A seeing eye single off of Butler, or by Butler. And it's a 1-1 game as Butler picks up his 9th RBI.
Ground ball right over the mound. Finds its way into the outfield. What you'd hope for as a pitcher, it would be close enough for an infielder just to knock it down to prevent Kiermaier from scoring. He made it all the way to the outfield. That speed, that's not going to be the case.
Back-to-back 2-out hits. And here's Evan Longoria, who popped out in foul territory. He pulls this one into left field. So that's 3 straight 2-out hits now. Ball gets away, but Perez backing up on it.
Jumps on the first pitch fastball. It's by Freese into the outfield. Quick conversation now with Mike Butcher. It's one thing about this Tampa club. We talked about their pitching and their defense, but they do bunch hits together. That's how they're scoring their runs.
And they're not scoring in bunches either. I mean, neither are the Angels now, granted. Halo's at 11th in the American League in runs scored. The Rays are 13th. But they will steal some bases. They will manufacture some runs. And they've played well out on the road. 12-9 away from Tropicana Field this year, compared to 14-16 at home. So first and second, 2 outs, a 1-1 game here in the 3rd, and David DeJesus up. He drew a walk his first time up. This is line towards center, but Ibar was shifted that way. Makes the catch, and Jared Richards will keep it a 1-1 tie as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Giamatello, Ibar, and Trout coming up for the Angels.
Of the trade brought to you by ram trucks. The difference last year, Mike Trout, as compared to this year, the hands a little bit different, and the stride. A lot of high fastballs. You see pitchers trying to go upstairs. More difficult with his hands the way they were set up in the stride to be able to get that fastball upstairs. With the toe tap, little shorter stride, able to get down and get that fastball well. He's laid off that high fastball to be more consistent with the pitches downstairs. But even the fastball that have been elevated, he's been able to see them well, take them, and not chase those fastballs out of the strike zone. As usual with Mike Trout, he's always trying to improve. He's done a great job as far as laying off that high fastball.
Trout will bat third here in the third. Giavatello leading things off. He was at the play when Neuenhuis got thrown out trying to steal second, ending the second. First one in for a strike. 2 strikeouts, no walks, and 3 hits allowed by Colomé. Little flare out to left center field, and that is a leadoff single.
He ran that fastball in, but got his hands inside the baseball just enough to flare it into the outfield for a leadoff base hit. Now over 400. After that string in which he was struggling to make consistent contact.
Ibar 0 for 1. Rivera throwing him out. A little ball was rolled up the first base line. Nice play by the Rays catcher. Longoria is playing it on the grass in case Eric decides to drop one down. Good combination of players here with Giavatello and Ibar to start something.
Yeah, I think it's more of a hit and run than it would be a straight bunt.
All 3 outfielders for the Rays play shallow. De Jesus, Kiermaier, and Souza from left to right. Kiermaier covering a lot of ground. You mentioned in the last inning when he tracked one down. One of 3 finalists for the Gold Glove last year. Markakis, Calhoun, and Kiermaier. Markakis winning that one. I thought Cole certainly had a pretty good shot.
No question.
1-0. Downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes.
Didn't Souza make that unbelievable catch for the Nationals to keep that no-hitter going with Zimmerman out left center field? Full extension on the dive. Might have been the last out of the game. Release in the 9th inning.
Ripped to right. There's a base hit. Giavatello will stop right there at second. So 2 on and nobody out, and Mike Trout coming up.
With 2 guys on, another good swing from Eric Ibar as he continues to swing the bat well. Let's go back to look what Colomé did against Trout last time. Throwing him a slider with our Fox vision. You see that late break to that slider. Looked like it was going to be a fastball, but towards the outer half of the plate, then darts away at 88 miles an hour. That's a good view to see as a hitter how difficult it would be to track that slider from Colomé.
The one thing he has yet to do, Colomé that is pitch inside to a right-handed batter. He's not trying to show them anything in. Maybe second time through the order he tries to.
Came right back with that slider again. The one we just showed, this one catching the corner. That's more of his make sure he throws it for a strike first pitch one. If he gets ahead of the count, which you might see here, that's the harder slider off the plate. Good speed on the bases, tremendous speed at the plate.
He went around the slider. No balls, 2 strikes. Outfield's dropped back just a little bit with Trout at the plate compared to Ibar. Halos last night 3 for 9 with men in scoring position. They did well in the Tiger series, going 11 for 33.
Gotta believe he's going to throw another slider here. Now, if you're Giavatello, if this baseball's in the dirt, try to read that in advance. If it gets by Rivera at all.
That is out to left center field. That ball is crushed. Down a big fly for Mike Trout. 4-1 Angels.
Trout gets a 0-2 slider that catches a little bit too much in the zone. Like we showed in our tools of the trade, if you throw anything down near the strike zone, Trout is going to cover it. Most people hit this ball into the ground for a double play, but Trout, so special on pitches down in the strike zone, crushes that out for a 3-run homer. The perfect stride, the short follow through. Amazing power he creates with such a short, compact swing.
Albert skies one to right center. Kiermaier broke back, now comes racing in. 1 down.
And that big smile, he said, yeah, I think I hit that ball pretty well. And a long way. Amazing swing for Trout.
I was thinking right after the kind of the half-hearted swing when he got fooled on that second slider, that if he had any command whatsoever, a very good pitch at that point would be a fastball in, maybe even off the plate. Because you're thinking as a hitter, gosh, he's only throwing everything away.
Hey, the last 3 pitches he threw to him were all sliders.
Cole rolling over this one. There's going to be an error on Forsythe. Fortunately for the Angels, otherwise it's a second out. Forsythe committing his 3rd error.
But to your point, Victor, you mentioned it earlier, he doesn't look like he's real comfortable throwing a fastball in. So off-speed pitch, Forsythe was already looking to flip the ball over to Colomé covering the base, but did not look the ball into his glove as he's looking to complete the throw. But if you haven't had a lot of confidence to throw a fastball in against such a dangerous hitter as Mike Trout is, you're going to more apt to go with the slider once again. And this time, especially when you can go and expand the zone after you see a hitter, even as good as Trouty is, he swung at a couple of those sliders out of the zone. He just tried to make a perfect pitch and got around the slider, and it got crushed. Even a fastball away at the knees is an effective pitch. When you look at all the highlights of home runs hit during the course of a night, I'll tell you what, a majority of them are sliders. It's a great pitch, but it's also a pitch that becomes very hittable when not thrown well, because it just breaks towards the barrel of the bat, and the speed is not quite as crisp as your fastball. And Trout does not miss those. Anything down, whether it's a changeup, slider, fastball down in the strike zone, it's going to get crushed. With a hit speed off the bat, 106 miles an hour for Trout on that home run.
Just ask Chris Sale about the off-speed stuff down low. Last year,
his look was priceless after that. A 3-2 changeup out of the strike zone, bases loaded, thinks he made the perfect pitch, and Trout hits it out for a grand slam, game-tying grand slam.
Two balls a strike on Freese, who homered and lead off the second. At that point, gave the Angels a 1-0 lead. You know, of all the home runs that Trout has hit so far in his brief career, we're amazed every single day of the things that he's capable of doing. There's just that Chris Sale one comes to mind because just the circumstance, the guy that's on the mound, how good he was, or is obviously, but that night he was very good and just got into a bad situation there, and then Trout punished him. But I go back a couple of years, as Freese tops this one, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that last at bat against Seattle when he needed a home run for a cycle, and it was a fastball down and in, and he inside outs that ball to right center field.
Yeah, I remember that one well.
That pitch was down and in, and he still got the hands inside the baseball and able to drive it the other way.
Because his swing is so short and compact. There's a good chance that he's going to hit the ball on the barrel of the bat because it's such a short swing, and it's a quick one. A long swing, you can get jammed a lot more. Trouty doesn't get jammed a whole lot.
2-2 downstairs. Full count now. Cole reaching on the air with 1 out here in the 3rd.
And it was funny that look and that quick conversation that Freese and Trout had after the 3-run home run. You know, David Freese crushed his baseball himself. He got a fastball on a 3-1 count. Well, he was just looking at, yeah, I think we both hit ours pretty good. But of course, Freese is laughing, saying, well, I think you got theirs a little bit further. That ball got out so quick. It's great to see those smiles in the dugout that we've seen in this homestand, especially from the offensive side.
Cole takes off. It's a called strike 3, so it'll be safe at second. Nick Franklin was on the move there. Kevin Cash probably is going to come out and have them look at it. But Rivera's throw was on the money. I thought it was going to be a strike him out, throw him out.
Again, it's one of those situations with a little swipe tag maybe, because it's definitely beat him. And there's no tag. Looked like he got the foot in.
Yeah. They're not going to argue it.
Maybe a break there. 4th stolen base of the season for Cole.
So 2 outs, and Matt Joyce up. Joyce pulls one into shallow right field, but right into the overshift. That's Nick Franklin, throws him out. And that'll do it for the Halos. But 2 singles by Giavotella and Ibar, setting up Mike Trout in a 3-run blast.
Now the team leader in RBI with that swing for Trout.
His 13th home run of the season, now with 30 RBIs. And by the way, yet another run scored. That's 11 runs in the last 11 games for Trout.
It's great what he does after they play catch in the outfield. He'll throw a baseball over the fence in right center field every inning. You know, saying he gets it, how important it is to have that relationship with the fans.
Forsythe, Souza Jr., and Cabrera here in the fourth for the Rays. Fastball away, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Forsythe, the ground ball to David Freese in the second. Nice play by Freese going to his left. The Rays first baseman's 0 for 1. Two-0 count. Three balls and no strikes.
You know, one thing you want from Garrett in this inning is to put up that 0 as quick as possible. And the one thing Garrett's going to learn as he progresses with the movement he has, both the 2-seam and 4-seam fastball, he doesn't necessarily have to try to throw that ball in the corner, because then it will run off and it's easier for an umpire to call that a ball. Start middle part and trust movement.
Breaking ball backed up, but he got the strike called. Hey, remember when he first got called up? I remember Angels catchers, who, regardless who it was, they tried to get him in or out. They would almost set up off the plate. And how many times did you say you got to set up down the middle with him, almost down the middle? And he walked him to start off the fourth.
Too much movement. And when an umpire will look back, and a lot of umpires go back and look at the games they called, they'll say, well, I was right because of that movement on the pitch. When you set up on the outside corner as a catcher and you have late movement, well, it's going to be off by an inch or two off the plate. But if you stay middle part of the plate, trust that movement. It's going to cut to the outside corner, or it's going to cut or sink to the inside corner against right-handed batters.
Yeah, if your 4-seam fastball is straight as a string, then you can move the catcher as much as you want, because that ball is going to stay out on one particular plane most times. This one's fouled off to the right.
Yeah, when you have Hector Santiago, C.J. Wilson, or Garrett Richards on the mound, just stay towards the middle part of the play, because they all three have very good moving fastballs. Weaver, Shoemaker can paint the corners so well that you can, as a catcher, be off the corner, no hit your spot with the glove every time.
Good location on that fastball, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Souza Jr. 0 for 1, a fly ball to center. Good breaking ball. Got him looking. Down goes Souza. 1 down. First punch out of the night for Richards.
That was under control. A perfect slider from Garrett. 88-mile-an-hour pitch. Front shoulder's perfect. Not overthrown. And a nice job as far as framing that pitch by Carlos Perez.
So 1 out, 1 on, and it says Dribble Cabrera at the plate. 0 for 1 as he grounded out to Ibar. Outside. Two home runs in tonight for the Angels. Mentioned 2 innings ago how prevalent the home run ball has been in this homestand, or on this homestand. That's Cabrera. Swings through the fastball there. It's 12 home runs in the last 6 games. 25 home runs in the last 18 games. Put it in perspective, 12 in the last 6 games is 6 fewer than they hit the whole month of April.
A lot more relaxed at the plate.
This one's hit down the line, foul. That's played by Albert, but it's a foul ball.
And they complete the old 3-6-3 double play just for practice.
And the baseball stays in play until Carlos Perez throws a new one in.
Yeah, they're the ones you want to keep in play, because they might have a little extra movement on that baseball.
Young guys today just adhere to it. They toss the baseball aside because that's kind of the practice now.
Yeah, I never wanted when I threw a slider into the dirt, it hit the ground, and they threw it back. I was happy to get that baseball back. Now, anytime it hits the dirt, it's thrown out.
Breaking ball upstairs. Why is that? Because, I mean, you know, you spike a slider, right? And it goes in the dirt, new baseball put in. You throw a fastball, gets hit on the ground, hits the infield dirt, it gets thrown out at first, the ball stays in play.
Exactly.
Why is that? Is there any rhyme or reason to it?
And I used to get upset when the catcher would all of a sudden, you look at it, look, there's maybe a mark on this thing and throw it away. Like, whoa, I could use that baseball.
2-2. Outside, full count.
See, that's the example right there of that movement. This state, trust middle of the plate. That ball is going to run to the outside corner for sure.
Three-two. Foul back.
Again, as we talk about, as Garrett progresses, the changeup, doesn't throw a whole lot of those, but his curveball, even though it's a 3-2 count, he's got a great fastball. If he ever gets to that point where he's comfortable with his curveball, this is the spot. He's going to be out in front more than likely as a hitter, because you got to gear up to 96 so you can get him to roll over and you can potentially get a ground ball double play.
Forsythe for the leadoff walk over at first base. Forsythe, 3 stolen bases, been caught once. And if he takes off here with 1 out, doesn't. The 3-1's cut on and missed. Down goes Cabrera. That's back-to-back strikeouts now for Garrett. 2 outs. And it's Nick Franklin coming to the plate.
Went with the breaker ball and almost looked like a split finger fastball with the way it would go away. His slider grip, but got around that, but it goes the other way. Very similar pitch that former Angel and Royal used to throw a lot was Kevin Apier. A lot of hitters thought it was a split finger fastball, but it was one of those backup sliders that worked like a screwball going the other way.
Just missed off the plate. Nick Franklin swung at 1 pitch, or saw 1 pitch in the 3rd inning. Hacked at it and popped out, so he's 0 for 1. Just the 12th game that Franklin's played in this year at the major league level. Two balls, 1 strike. He's a first-round pick in 2009, 27th overall by Seattle. In high school in Florida. Toward right, into the corner it goes, and that is gone. A 2-run home run for Nick Franklin. First of the year, and it's a 4-3 game. So back-to-back innings now for Garrett Richards with 2 outs. He's given up some runs, but still has a 1-run lead.
When that's a hanging slider, and Franklin at that point, before he hits his home run, seeing this kind of backs up and stays over the middle of the plate, sped up his bat. He was 0 for 20 against right-handed pitching. And against one of the best right-handed pitchers in the game, gets a hanging breaker ball and hits it out for a 2-run home run. It's the 4th home run that Richards has allowed this season.
No balls, 2 strikes. Rivero for 1 has hit a bouncer back to the mound. Something you'll see too often with Garrett now has allowed homers in 3 straight starts. Overthrown breaking ball, and it's 2-2 now.
Yeah, Richards last year to 7 home runs allowed in 168 2/3 innings pitched. You don't see many hitters square up the baseball against him. We saw the home run by Middlebrooks the other day against San Diego. Similar type of pitch, one of those get-over breaking balls, a throw for a strike. He did that there to Franklin, and he hit it out just like Middlebrooks did against him.
Missed inside. It's a full count. Fourth full count for Garrett. There's 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. About to throw a 66th pitch of the night. Tap foul. Rivera spoiling the slider. Kiermaier on deck. It's an overthrown fastball that bounces over the screen behind home plate.
Third walk of the game now for Richards.
Second of the inning. Eric Ibar taking charge out there. Conversation with Garrett and with Carlos. Kiermaier doubled and scored in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 2 tonight. 4-3 Halos here in the 4th. His percentage of fastballs for strikes tonight not very good overall. He's struggling with command. 38 strikes, 30 balls.
This is when you get to the point where the conversation with Garrett Richards is, the old saying is, and we've had many of those conversations too, especially as a younger pitcher, is try easy. Don't overthrow your pitches. And that's what you see at times with Garrett here tonight. Overthrowing. Doesn't have to. He's got such a great arm with natural movement. Just don't overthrow. And you can almost guarantee Mike Butcher's going to have a conversation with Garrett Richards as soon as he comes off the mound here about just trying to relax on the mound. Don't overthrow. Again, use that middle of the plate to create movement on both sides of the plate with your fastball to set up your slider.
Breaking ball, little roller. Garrett not going to get it. Infield base hit for Kiermaier. That's one of those plays with a guy who has speed at the plate that somebody's got to commit to it one way or the other. And there was a little miscommunication there. Albert broke forward, then he hit to the bag. It's like perfectly placed.
Yeah, if Albert's still dealing with the groin issue. First day at first base, so it's a difficult play for him. And knowing that he would have to have a perfect feed on the run for Richards, he felt it was a better opportunity if Garrett fielded that ball and flipped it to him, which I think was the right decision.
Joey Butler looks at a strike. 1 for 2 tonight. RBI single in the 3rd. Rivera is the base runner at second, Kiermaier at first. A lot of pitches thrown here in the fourth. One and one. And again, he after the leadoff walk to Forsythe, back-to-back strikeouts of Souza and Cabrera before giving up the 2-run home run to Nick Franklin. They got ahead of Rivera 0-2 before walking him. And back to the slider. 1-2.
See, that's still a fairly dangerous breaking ball. I know you want to make sure you throw that for a strike. That's breaking in the inner half of the plate against a right-handed batter with good power on that side of the plate. 35 pitches thrown in this inning for Richards.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Butler. And it's third out of the fourth. Rays get two of them back. Halo still leading.
Today was a very special day for both the Angels and 1,900 at-risk students as the Angels teamed up with OC Grip for the 7th annual anti-gang night here at the Big A. Now, all these students you see behind me are being rewarded for getting good grades, good attendance, and not joining a gang. And talking to one of the 16-year-old cadets who told me that it was this program that taught her to take control of her own life and really give herself a second chance at life. So, Victor, a lot of inspiring stories here today.
Well, there's no doubt about it, but a lot of the Angels players and coaches out there, too, sharing their stories. So, always a very good program. Great to have them out here before the game. They take control of the down the left field line.
It was so much fun to see them. They were so happy to have the conversations that they had. And they were nice and loud and had some fun.
Halos up by a run, 4-3 as we start the bottom of the fourth. Carlos Perez looks to the slider for a strike. It'll be Perez, Neuenhuis, and Giavatello for the Angels here, the bottom third. Carlos a fly ball to center in the second, so he's 0 for 1. Alex Colomé, 3 strikeouts, no walks, and 6 hits allowed. Good numbers for Carlos here at home. It's the first of a 3-game series, all 3 night games. Halos will have an off day / travel day on Thursday, going to New York. And Perez goes down swinging for the first out. And again, everything has been away to right-handed batters.
It almost look like if you're a hitter right now, just look that approach, use the middle of the field, just look away.
And to lefties, really, with Cole in particular, and really to Joyce too, changeups away. Newell-Heiss. Shot went out to left field. Good piece of hitting. Taking what was given and picked up a single. And he will take one downstairs. 3 infielders on the right side. 1 stays at the third base position. But that's Cabrera, the shortstop. Evan Longoria, the third baseman, is over on the right side of the infield. 2 balls, no strikes.
See, that seems odd. I mean, he's playing right where you normally would play as a third baseman.
Yeah.
Now, I can see if you're playing well over in that shortstop hole.
Lifted in the air to left. De Jesus back a couple of steps. 2 down. And the Saturday the FIFA Women's World Cup begins as Alex Morgan leads the U.S. women's national team against the best teams in the world in search of their 3rd World Cup title. The only place you can see the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup is on Fox at Fox Sports 1 beginning on June 6th.
That's going to be a lot of fun to watch. A lot of energy.
Yeah. Crazy. It's already June 1st. 52nd game tonight for the Angels. The FIFA Women's World Cup begins Saturday. The draft 1 week from tonight. MLB first year player draft begins a week from tonight or today. I got a horse in the race this time.
Yes, you do.
Fingers crossed for my nephew.
Very good catching prospect in Florida.
We'll see what happens.
That's going to be a lot of fun for you. And your brother, of course.
That'll be fun for me. I'm not stressing over it. My brother, on the other hand.
Will he have any fingernails left?
I got to see if I got to check to see if the Mariners are actually playing on Monday. He might be wearing out that bullpen phone if they're playing.
As well he should. What an honor will be for him.
Breaking ball, shot to right. And that's what we're talking about. It's Johnny Giavitello. That approach right there, short, compact, punches a 2-out single to right.
Yeah, exactly what you've seen so many times in those late at-bat situations. The shorten up, fastball away, didn't try to do a whole lot with it. Kept his head still, the chin on the back shoulder, so he didn't fly open. It's the perfect swing for Giavitello. They get a base hit in the right field, 2 for 2 in this game now. Three straight hits when you count in that base hit he had last night to drive in 2.
Ibar gets into one to right. Souza giving chase. And stepping onto the track puts it away for the 3rd out of the inning. 4 complete here at the Big A. 4-3 Halos. .31 miles per gallon. Visit Jeep.com for more information. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers, insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by AT&T Uverse, more live channels on the go than cable. 4-3 Halos, top of the fifth. Longoria, De Jesus, and Forsythe for the Tampa Bay Rays. 3, 4, and 5 for them. Garrett Richards has had 1 1-2-3 inning, and that was the first. Longoria 1 for 2, a pop-up in foul territory and a single. One popped up. Albert comes down the line, makes the catch, 1 away.
Second time he's popped up to Albert.
De Jesus, the left fielder. 0 for 1, a walk and a line out. Yankees leading the Seattle Mariners and Felix Hernandez 7-0. Top of the fifth inning, Mark Teixeira just hit a grand slam off of Felix.
So he sent him a text message, did he?
Yeah, apparently. According to John Sterling.
Oh, yeah.
Minnesota and the Red Sox postponed at Fenway. Houston beat Baltimore 5-2. This one fouled off to the left. Here it's 4-3 Angels. Pair of home runs for the Halos. Solo shot by David Freese, his 9th of the year. That came leading off the second. And then a 3-run home run by Mike Trout on an 0-2 slider. His 13th of the year, now with 30 RBIs. Two balls and 1 strike. Trout now the team leader in runs batted in. I know there was a tweet. I forget who wrote it, but about a week ago or thereabouts, talking about how David Freese was the team leader over Trout in RBIs. And that's easily explained. As De Jesus lines one out towards center. Trout is there. 2 outs. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Los Angeles Angels.
Now explain.
Well, it's fairly simple. Nobody was on base for Mike Trout when he got his RBI opportunities, and Trout was usually on base when Freese got his. If there's nobody on base between 5 and 9, it's tough to drive anybody in, and that was the stretch that the Angels were on.
Sharing the wealth, Trout was.
Again, it's so easy to just look at numbers and throw something out there, see if it sticks on the wall, but you got to be able to explain it. It's not as if David Freese has had this monster year and he's just outpacing Trout.
He's done his job as far as the big RBI swings.
Yeah.
But Trout, because of the ups and downs, whoever's hitting number 1 in the lineup, we've seen Cole for a while, then you got Eric Ibar, you have Giavitello hitting number 1. But Freese has done a very good job, especially in those situations where he has an opportunity to drive someone in.
Upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Forsythe, the first baseman, walked to lead off the last inning, and he scored on the Nick Franklin home run. Ground ball toward the hole. Backhanded by Ibar. Plants, fires to first. Got him a 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Richards. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. That guy, Mike Trout, will lead things off for the Angels up by a run.
against Colomé. This time the slider got a lot of the plate. It was down, but Trout with that power, 106-mile-an-hour hit speed off the bat, with that short, compact swing, the power he generates and through the baseball is truly amazing to see how far that baseball will go on a pitch under normal circumstances. Is not a bad pitch. It was to Trout. Earlier we showed in the Fox Vision, Colomé threw that good slider, was off the plate to get a swing and miss. This time got the plate, and Trouty crushes it.
Trout, Pujols, and Calhoun. One for two tonight with that home run. Going back outside. First one is in there for strike. Thing too, when you look at contact on a breaking ball, weight is still back.
That's amazing how comfortable he is with his swing and his balance and his stride and that little slight toe tap before he strides through the baseball.
No balls and 2 strikes.
He's going with the power stuff first 2 pitches against him. He had thrown him 3 straight sliders, 1 to get a swing and miss, or 4 straight, I should say. Swing and miss the first at bat and then 3 straight, and then he finally hit that last one out for a 3-run home run.
Popped up, first base side. Rivera and Forsythe near the on-deck circle. It's Rivera making the catch. 1 out. Talk about going down and getting the off-speed pitch. Mentioned the Chris Sale home run last year against the White Sox. June 7th.
It's about a year ago, and it was a good pitch. Chris Sale with a power fastball. You're talking 96, 97 with a wicked swing and miss slider. He threw him a changeup, and it was down. See the catcher's mitt. He's trying to frame that down in the dirt, and he still got down and threw the baseball. His balance was excellent, and the short swing, and hit that ball out to center field in an amazing swing. And Chris Sale, after the game, was asked about that pitch. He goes, I made the perfect pitch, but he's just the perfect baseball player.
Rene Rivera needing a new mask. So that's the holdup here. Once play resumes, it'll be Albert Pujols coming to the plate. Hard to believe there's no other masks right around. Usually the catcher's gear is down the steps in the tunnel there next to the hitting tees. There we go.
He's got the old hockey mask.
Albert tonight 1 for 2 with a single and a fly ball to center field. One ball, 1 strike. Colomé 4 punch outs. Has not walked a man. He's allowed 7 hits, 2 of which have been home runs. Albert with 531 career home runs. 3 shy of tying Jimmy Fox for 17th all time. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Let's look at the sequence so far against Pujols. Changeup first pitch, then back-to-back fastballs in. One that was called a strike that Albert didn't necessarily agree with. See if he's sitting on something all speed now if you're Pujols.
Albert Launches one to left field. Make that 532 home runs. 5-3 Halos.
Boy, on cue, he was sitting off speed, and he got a slider right down the heart of the plate, an 88-mile-an-hour slider, the hanging slider, and Pujols. Wow, he's hit a couple mammoth home runs in this homestand. That one went a long, long way. Well, he was looking off speed, and majority of these home runs he's hit in this homestand have been off-speed pitches. This had some great sound and tremendous distance. When you see that many fans looking back to see how far our baseball's going, that's a long way.
So he's now 2 shy of tying Jimmy Fox for 17th all-time. 4th home run in the last 5 games for Albert. All 5 runs coming via the long ball for the Angels tonight. Cole with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Calhoun 0 for 2. Mentioned that coming into tonight's start, Colomé had allowed just 4 home runs on the season, and he gave up all 4 in one game against the Yankees. He's given up 3 tonight.
It's like Shane Green the other day.
Yeah.
Remember, he only had given up 3 the whole year. He gave up 5 before the second inning was over.
There's that off-speed pitch again, and that's what he is stuck with on the left-handed batters. 2 outs. Let's try again, number 5. Very similar to the pitch that locked Joyce up in the second inning.
He tries to aim. He threw that first pitch to Pujols, a changeup, but that was in the dirt. And back-to-back fastballs in. Tried to trick Albert with a slider, but he's more comfortable throwing his changeup to left-handed batters.
David Freese 1 for 2 with a home run and a strikeout. Now David got a 3-2 fastball in the second inning and turned on it to left. 9th of the year. Now a 6-game hitting streak. He wanted to peel, did not go.
There was a pretty good changeup he threw to a right-handed batter there, and Freese. Freese looking fastball. Got a good changeup from Colomé on that spot.
Two 2-1 pitch downstairs. 3 balls and a strike. Matt Joyce on deck.
Freese, last time he was in this good 3-1 count, got a fastball to drive, and he crushed it. See if he can get another fastball here.
Fastball just missed off the plate, and that's the first walk of the night for Colomé. So Matt Joyce steps up now with 2 outs. 1 on. Matt 0 for 2. A strikeout in the second, ground out in the third. $6 years for Matt Joyce with the Tampa Bay Rays. This one's hit toward right field. Franklin in the overshift has it. Low throw. Forsythe digs it out. And it's the third out of the fifth. The Angels add a run here in the fifth inning. Albert Pujols with one out. Hits career home run number 532.
Boy, did he cover a slider that did not slide out of the zone, middle of the zone, and out of the ballpark for Pujols. Crunched it. And now it's time for the Carl's Jr. Sports Update. A pair of aces battled by Puget Sound. Michael Pineda, though, in the best of it, as the Yankees lead King Felix and the Seattle Mariners 7-0, and Kershaw tries to derail the hot Rockies. Rockies have won 4 in a row, and Kershaw hasn't pitched real well up in Colorado, but he did tonight. 7 innings, 2 earned runs, and he also had 3 base hits and 4 at-bats, including an RBI.
Nice. Gary Richards delivering a slider that misses down and away to Steven Souza Jr. He'll be followed by his Drupal Cabrera and then Nick Franklin. 6, 7, and 8 for the Rays here in the 6th inning. 0 for 2 tonight. Fly ball to center, to strikeout looking. 3 punch outs for Garrett, all 3 happening in the 4th inning. But along the way in that 4th inning, he gave up a 2-run home run to Nick Franklin, and at that point gave it a 1-run deficit for the Rays. This one's chopped to short. Sousa's got some speed. Go down the line quickly. 1 down.
That was a great pitch from Richards. That cut fastball. Going back to a Hyundai key to the game. Lights out for Richards when he's ahead of the count. When he uses his fastball, has been the case. A couple of mistakes with his breaking ball, but other than that, very, very good for Richards so far. I really like that cut fastball when it's down at the knees for Richards at ground ball, and you're right, Souza gets down the line very fast.
Cabrera 0 for 2 with a ground ball out and a strikeout. Richards has walked 3 with the to go along with the 3 strikeouts. He's allowed 5 hits. 2 balls and no strikes now. Out to left. Neuenhuis is there. 2 down as we welcome you inside our broadcast booth. So far so good. The long ball still prevalent, has been prevalent this entire homestand, and again tonight with 3 home runs. David Freese got it started with a solo shot. Mike Trout a 3-run bomb. And then, of course, Albert capping it off with the home run last inning.
Yeah, it's good to see that effective lineup where they're squaring up the baseball, their hands relaxed at the plate, and just having those good passes, especially when a pitcher makes a mistake out over the zone.
And we also welcome you to checkered shirt night here at the broadcast booth.
Yes.
Franklin with an 0-1 count.
Oh, but I do like how shallow Neuenhuis plays out in left field. The ball was hit pretty well by Cabrera, but he's able to track that easily because he plays such a shallow left. Looks like that baseball might have hit Franklin when it hit the dirt. Got him like in a rib cage area when it fouled off the ground. That's the curveball. That is a very effective pitch for Richards.
That's 7 in a row retired by Garrett. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Halo's still up. The next homestand, that's on June the 12th at 7:05, and fans in attendance will receive a Cole Calhoun bobblehead courtesy of Cox Communications while supplies last. Purchase today, tickets today I should say, at the box office, or you can do it online.
Some great sideburns.
That is a, if I remember correctly, a very quick homestand the next time out. Oakland and then the Diamondbacks, right? Yep, just a 5-game homestand.
That's a quick road trip too, right after that,
yeah,
right?
it's 5 home, 5 on the road to Arizona, Oakland. Perez shoots one out to right field. It's a leadoff single for Carlos.
Looks like that was his approach the entire, walking up to the plate and through the baseball, looking away, hit the ball at a spot where there's no defenders. The shift on, hit against the shift.
So leadoff men on board. Kirk Neuenhuis.
Orsini going through a series of signs. I wonder if maybe Mike Scioscia might think in terms of the hit and run. going back to that play last night, Gary DiSarcina did a great job of sending home Chris Iannetta without hesitation on that infield hit by Johnny Giavotella.
Ernesto getting ready. 81 pitches for Colomé. Dylan Ice, the starter in left field tonight, 1 for 2. It sounds just like it's spelled. Nieuwenhuis.
Yes, it is.
Sounds like a perfect name for an IPA. One, two. Outside. There's the changeup. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leadoff single for Carlos Perez. He's over at first. Johnny Giavotella on deck. Full count.
Another off-speed pitch, lost the grip, back to back. You would think Nieuwenhuis would get a fastball here now. And the shift on him also. A lot of room to the left side of the infield.
Perez takes off. Nieuwenhuis fouls it back.
Went off speed again.
.85 pitches so far. Perez takes off again. Nieuwenhuis takes ball 4. So the first 2 have reached here to start the 6th. Second walk now for Colomé. Jim Hickey, the pitching coach, coming out.
Jim Hickey has done a fantastic job with the pitching staffs over the year here in Tampa.
How would you Johnny's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles, but with nobody out here up by 2 runs, would you go ahead and drop him down?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, you want to add on. He's had some good swings. But this is an opportunity to be able to advance both base runners into scoring position for Eric Ibar. Followed up behind him by Mike Trout and then Albert Pujols. You want to give those guys as much of an opportunity to drive in runs. Is it number 9 hitter? No, you have 2 hits. You know your role on the team is to be able to get the job done as far as advancing base runners.
Corner infielders anticipating a bunt here. Johnny with 2 singles and a run scored tonight. Perez at second. Nieuwenhuis over at first.
You always got to be aware of a potential pickoff at second is to try to keep Perez closer.
Breaking ball low. Three sacrifices this year for Giavotella. Surprisingly enough, the Angels only have 9 this year. Haven't been doing it as much.
Asked Mike Scioscia that exact question about a week or so ago, and said there's not a lot of guys that are comfortable bunting, so he's just not going to put that on just to force the issue.
Up the first base line, that's a beauty. Forsythe only plays to first. Franklin covering. The sacrifice advances Perez to third and Nieuwenhuis to second.
Well done by Johnny Giappatello, and he never really bunted a whole lot in his career. Not until he came in with that Angel uniform has he been asked to bunt as much as he has, and he's finally really getting comfortable, getting the job done, keeping that bat level, and just trying to force the first baseman to field that baseball to get the job done. Well done by Johnny Giappatello.
He had none in the big leagues until this year.
So that's what Mike Scioscia would talk about. Grant Green was the same way before coming and putting the Angel uniform on. Had not been asked to do it either.
Infield in with Ibar at the plate. Eric 1 for 3. 9-game hitting streak for him. Sits safely in 20 of the last 21. Takes a strike. I think that pitch is a little bit off the plate, but Mark Ripperger calls it a strike. 1,114 career hits in 1,114 games. That's an average of 1 hit per game.
Trying to get ahead of the game right now with another hit.
It's quick math.
That is outstanding, by the way.
That's out to left field. It's going to hang up. Perez will not advance.
And that's one of those plays that's hit well. You got to get right back to the base. Eric Ibar's looking down too, thinking he did a pretty good job of hitting that ball in the air. I know it would have been a close play. Jesus with 1 outfield assist this year. Although with Trout at the plate, you wonder if indeed Gary DiSarcina would have sent him, or if they're even going to pitch to Trout now in this situation.
Doesn't look like they will. Here comes the intentional walk.
I remember when San Diego did that. That's Pujols late, wins the game at a base hit. That's Kimbrel. Broke his bat, but strong enough to get it through the hole to win the game. A walk-off base hit for Pujols.
This would be the 8th intentional walk to Trout. Trails only Miguel Cabrera of the Tigers, who has 10. See if Ernesto comes in, or they just stick with Colomé here. No movement from Cash, so we know what Albert did the last time up. Hanging slider. 12th home run of the year. Now he's got him loaded.
I think more than likely he might try to sneak a fastball in against Pujols the first pitch. See if Albert's ready.
Albert fouls it off. Got the fastball there.
He was ready for it. Had some late movement though, just to get to the outer half of the plate.
Albert 2 for 4 this year with the bases loaded. And still looking for that first grand slam as an Angel. Perez at third, Newell Heiss at second, and Trout at first base. Upstairs. Halos have 1 grand slam this year to Iannetta earlier in the homestand. 1-1 pitch. Oh, just missed it out to shallow center field.
Kiermaier comes racing in. He's underneath it. And the Angels will leave them loaded. 6 complete. Halos still on top 5-3. On TWC by Mercury Insurance, on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast, free quote and see how much you can save. And by Hyundai, great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today. Top of the 7th inning, the Halos with a 5-3 lead. They'd like to see that Halo lit up tonight. Make it 5 in a row. Sweeping the Tigers in a 4-game set. Garrett Richards back out of the mound here. 95 pitches thrown, 4 punch outs, 3 walks. He's retired the last 7 in a row since giving up the single to Kiermaier in the 4th. It'll be Rivera, Kiermaier, and Butler. First one just off the plate. And first pitch strike has not really been there tonight for him as consistently as we've seen.
Just trying to make the perfect pitch on the outside corner with movement. It's difficult for the umpire to call that a strike. Faced 27 batters, 15 first pitch strikes.
Big 2-0 hack by Rivera, and he fouls it back. Double barrel action going for the Angels in their bullpen out in left field. This one back up the middle. It's a leadoff single for Rivera.
Not a lot of the bat left as that ball finally made its way into the outfield.
Center fielder, number 39, Kevin Kiermaier.
Jose Alvarez, the lefty, and Fernando Salas, the righty. The Angels do have a new member of that bullpen. Left-hander Edgar Ibarra called up today and added to the 40-man roster, the 25 active man roster. Alfredo Marte, the outfielder, was sent down to AAA Salt Lake. And Gary Brown, an outfielder, whom the Angels claimed from the Giants, was designated for assignment. So Ibarra needed to be added to that 40-man roster. Those are the moves that occurred. So he is here. Garrett Richards looks like his night will come to an end after giving up that leadoff single. Garrett departs, having allowed 6 hits tonight. And he'll leave with a 5-3 lead. Single to Rene Rivera, having a conversation with C.J. Wilson in the dugout. And with Kevin Kiermaier due up, Mike Scioscia goes to the left-hander Jose Alvarez. Start in and out, who's in, who's out. Richards done after 6 innings plus 1 batter. And Jose will be pitching now. He pitched on Thursday and threw 33 pitches. 17th game for him, 0-1 record at .386 ERA. 21 strikeouts in 21 innings. He's also hit 4 batters.
A lot of times that overthrow and break a ball in on a right-handed batter.
Brandon Guyer will come up and pinch hit for Kiermaier. And the first one is down and in. Guyer, 301 batting average in 42 games this year. 2 home runs, 13 runs batted in. He's 6 for 14 as a pinch hitter with a home run and 6 RBIs. Oh, he was tardy on that fastball. Guyer last year with the Rays got into 97 games. 266. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chasing another fastball away.
Game's late on that one also. He must be sitting something off speed. It's like he's looking in for that breaking ball down and in. And Alvarez done a nice job as far as back-to-back fastballs away.
Chopper over to first. Pujols tags the bag. Fires a second. It's a tag play. What a slide.
Just a bit short.
The ultimate Willie Mays Hayes slide. That's where Ibar's just got to come on, a little bit further. That is awesome.
That's as good as it gets right there. That's the old break up a double play just to make sure you don't get hit with the throw.
At that point, don't you just try the swim move? So she's coming out with.
Why wasn't I playing Little League? Wasn't that base a little bit closer than Little League baseball?
Joey Butler's coming up, so Mike Scioscia will go back to the bullpen. We have ourselves a pitching
What
change.
a great slide, though.
No doubt, he's the veteran. Fernando Salas coming into the game with the Angels still leading it. Now 3 runs, all 3 earned in 6 innings, 6 hits, including the home run to Franklin. 4 strikeouts and 3 walks. He's in line for his 5th win. Fernando Salas trying to get that 3rd out, get the Angels back in the dugout for the bottom of the 7th inning. 23rd game for Fernando. 0-1 record of .435 ERA. Pitched in Saturday's game and threw a total of 15 pitches with 1 inning. Gave up 2 runs on 3 hits.
Boy, 2 perfect fastballs from Fernando Salas so far.
Out to center, and it's playable for Trout. 7th inning stretch time here at Big A. Halos with a 5-3 lead, and we've been entertained tonight as well.
With a perfect slide. Rivera said, hey, I got a base hit. That's good enough for me. I'm going to be out by a lot.
Face a former friend of theirs, former teammate Ernesto Frieri, but Brandon Geyer stays in the game, and he will patrol center field as he pinch hit for Kevin Kiermaier. 22nd game for Ernesto, 1-0 record of 4.84 earned run average. Has 2 saves under his belt. Remember back in 2013, a career high 37 saves.
Ernesto has given up 6 home runs and 22 in the 3rd innings pitched this year, which is surprising for him. That's the thing that hurt him late in his career with the Angels when he made mistakes with his fastball and slider out over the plate.
Calhoun, Freese, and Joyce. Broken bat roller to second. 1 down. Cole 0 for 4 tonight. And it'll bring up David Freese. Freese got the scoring started for the Halos back in the 2nd. A leadoff home run. 9th of the year. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Drew a walk in the 5th. 10 home runs all of last season. Alex Colomé, the starter, went 6 innings. Gave up 9 hits, 3 of which were long balls. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 intentional, 5 runs all earned.
He's made some mistakes, especially on a couple breaking balls.
2 balls and a strike. The Angels have Joe Smith getting ready in the bullpen. Breaking ball back toward the middle, and it's a base hit for David. 2-hit night for Freese.
Doing that a lot of late. Some good swings from Freese. A 6-game hit streak for him.
Matt Joyce 0 for 3. A strikeout, a couple of ground balls to second. First one in there for a strike. Remember, the Angels acquired Friere in exchange for Alexi Amarista. Ernesto was a member of the San Diego Padres. Struggled at the beginning of last year. Joe Smith ended up taking over the closer's role. Joe did a fantastic job, and Ernesto was eventually dealt to the Pittsburgh Pirates for kind of a swap of guys that really weren't doing anything. Friere went to the Pirates. Jason Grilli came over here and played a huge role on this ball club.
And provided some leadership for some of the young pitchers in the Angel bullpen. But Ernesto, when he first came over to the Angels from the Padres, that invisible fastball, he hit the baseball so well behind his hip. And then when he followed through, you're talking with the lateral movement at 95, 96.
Behind the count here, 2 balls and a strike. Native of Colombia.
Painted that fastball away.
Joyce hits one out towards center. Geyer's there. Two down. Freese remains at first, and it'll be Perez up. Carlos a 1 for 3 game with a single to right field. In the top of the 8th inning for the Rays, it'll be 3, 4, and 5. Longoria, De Jesus, and Forsythe. Ball gets away from Rivera, but Freese not going anywhere. The game in Seattle is now in the 8th, 7-2 Yankees. Rough night for Felix Hernandez.
Yeah, I think he had 5 walks in that game, which is highly unusual for him.
Three-0 Cal with Neuenhuis on deck. 4-pitch walk. We'll put 2 men on now for Neuenhuis. Kirk, the starter in left, 1 for 2, a single back in the second inning, drew a walk in the 6th. The Angels trying to make it 5 in a row after sweeping the Tigers, trying to match the longest winning streak of the season. May 10th through the 16th. Needing a victory to keep pace with Houston, who won tonight. Neuenhuis fouls that first changeup off. It's an 0-1 count. Houston defeating Baltimore 5-2 at Minute Maid Park.
They came back late in that game to win that one against Baltimore. Down at 1.2 to 1.
Everything else in the National League. This is up the middle, but Cabrera in the shift had it. Played perfectly. Neuenhuis retired, and we will head to the 8th. It's 5-3 Angels.
The Big A Halos have a 5-3 lead over the Tampa Bay Rays. Game 1 of this 3-game series. Kent French with you right outside the Big A. Just reminding you, coming up after tonight's game, it is Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Myself, Jose Mota, Alex Curry will break this one down and bring you all the storylines, including Garrett Richards going for win number 5 on the season. Also, Angels using the long ball once again tonight. 3 more home runs, including Mike Trout hitting a 3-run shot, his 13th of the year. And of course, if he homers, Albert Pujols, he goes yard as well. 4 homers his last 5 games. Homer number 532 of his career. Halos on top 5-3. We'll break it all down for you with Angels Live. Now let's send it back inside where there's always a cool breeze blowing. Here's Victor Rojas and Mark Musa.
Kent French, Kiss Cam.
Cool breeze.
On Kiss Cam. I like it.
I know. I tried to get out of it, but I couldn't.
Yeah, whatever. 3rd game in, you're already on Kiss Cam. Begging for the camera time. Joe Smith on a relief here. 25th game, 2-2 record, a 3.57 ERA. Pitched yesterday and threw a total of 14 pitches. Goria fouls the first one. 3rd straight game for Joe Smith after sitting out at 1 with the stiff neck. Longoria tonight 1 for 3, singled back in the 3rd. Just off the plate. Ground ball to 3rd. Boy, he jammed him. Freese across the diamond, 1 down. You can follow the Angels all season long with MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcast, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com At Bat for your smartphone or tablet today.
I love that pitch for Joe Smith, and that's the pitch he wants to throw more frequently as far as inside against right-handed batters. Run that little two-seamer in to get a quick ground ball out.
David DeJesus 0 for 2. Looks at a strike. DeJesus 3 for 4 in his career with a double against Joe Smith. Slider, called strike. Garrett Richards, 6 innings, gave up 3 runs. Jose Alvarez, 2/3 of an inning, got that double play ball in the 7th. Salas, 1/3 of an inning. Now Smith here in the 8th. Swing and a miss.
What an awesome spot once again with his fastball. Joe Smith. A little lateral movement up and away. Can afford to throw that spot. Head of the count 0-2. Real good feel for his pitches so far in this inning. Just 6 pitches so far to get 2 outs.
Forsythe 0 for 2. Slider. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Andrew Bellotti getting ready now. Just off the plate. Two balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. It's a ground ball toward the hole. Backhanded by Ibar. A 1, 2, 3, 8th inning. And we will head to the bottom of the inning. Giamatello, Ibar, Trout coming up for the Angels, up by 2. For the business of sports, brought to you by AutoNation.com and powered by AutoNation. Scion Irvine. Giavatella, Ibar, and Trout to face the San Diego area native Andrew Bellotti. Comes into this ball game. He has pitched a total of 2 big league games. And he made his major league debut on May the 9th.
Pretty good fastball, too. 90 to 95, slider, and very good changeup. There's quite a few changeups.
Product of Steel Canyon High School there in Spring Valley. Just to the west of, pardon me, to the east of San Diego. To the west, you're in some serious trouble.
Yes.
Pretty good underwater program there.
The Aquaman.
Giavatella to lead things off, 2 for 2 with a couple of singles and a sacrifice bunt.
This was San Diego. There you go.
Sinking fastball misses down low. Bellotti, a 12th round pick by the Rays in 09. AAA this year, 2-0 record at 3.08 ERA. 7 games, 4 starts. Interesting because he was a starter early on in his minor league career. In 2012, pretty much shifted to the bullpen exclusively, and then he got back to starting a little bit this season. Maybe in part because of the injuries to Cobb, Moore, and Smiley at the major league level. Looking for some depth, or options, if you will.
Still amazing how well they have pitched with all those key guys not available.
Yeah. Ernesto Frieri is scoreless, 7th inning.
He's a very good pitcher right there, and Chris Archer, he's outstanding. He's having a great season. The rate is barely over 2.
2-1. Left in the air on the first base side. Going to go out of play. Halos will face Archer tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a good pitching matchup tomorrow.
Archer and C.J. Wilson. And on Wednesday night, Nathan Karns going for the Rays. Hector Santiago for the Angels. Then the long-awaited off day for the Angels on Thursday. 20 straight after Wednesday. Downstairs.
Well, Mike Scioscia let the guys come in a little bit later today to the game. No batting practice. There's Chris Archer.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, guys didn't even have to be here till late.
Yep. First time walking by the indoor cages, nobody was really swinging. Well, Albert Pujols eventually went in and got some swings in, because that's Albert.
This one out to right center field, and Geyer is right there.
Mike Scioscia was talking about the fact that it was a very taxing, long road trip, and then coming home and keep playing in some really tight, close games. Just want the guys just to relax, and it certainly had worked today. 3 home runs, 3 more home runs, with 10 hits, 5 runs scored.
All right, no BP tomorrow.
That's the thing about Albert Pujols. He just never
luck.
allows that to happen.
Good luck. Erica 1 for 4 game. Single and a run scored. Trout will get another plate appearance. Three balls and no strikes. 3-0. And he walked him. So 4-pitch walk puts a man on for Trout with 1 out here in the 8th. Houston Street getting ready, as is Cam Bedrosian. Same situation. It'll be Houston. And Trout happens to go deep here. The Angels score multiple runs. The non-save situation, Cam will get the call.
He did a nice job yesterday. Made some quality pitches when he had to. Houston Street, very good too. Joe Smith, same.
Big lead for Ibar at first base. Breaking ball in there. Home run for Trout in the 3rd inning, his 13th of the year. 3-run shots, and now 30 runs batted in.
Eric has a pretty good sized lead, but I think he's going to stay there and give Trout an opportunity to swing the bat.
Well, they could talk things over here. There's the 0-1. Fastball. Strike. 0-2. Albert on deck. Good arm.
Yeah, tried that little fastball just a little bit further off the plate. Yeah, he can rush it up there in the mid-90s. Does have a very good changeup too. But a changeup in the lower part of the strike zone against Trout may not be a good idea.
Can't imagine that Ibar's on the move with Trout up. Ball and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 8th. And he struck him out. And right back to that fastball at 95, 2 down.
Great location too for him against Trout. Upper part of the strike zone away.
Little country hardball right there. Here it is with 2 strikes. So Albert will step in. 2 for 4 tonight with a single and a home run. A couple of fly balls to center as well. Three runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 5 left on for the Rays. The Angels with 5 runs, 10 hits. They've left 9 on base. Albert hammers one to left center field. That is long gone. Second home run of the night for Albert Pujols. 7-3 Angels.
pretty sure as a fan, you're thinking there's no chance I'm getting a baseball there. But Pujols with some serious distance tonight. Multi-home run game for the machine, Albert Pujols.
533rd career home run on a fastball right down Broadway.
An absolute no-doubter. And the leverage and the follow-through using that lower part of his body.
So it looks like Bedrosian will be pitching tonight, at least to start the ninth. 49th career multi-homer game for Albert. Cole fouls him back. First home run that Bellatti's given up in his career.
106-mile-an-hour hit speed off the bat for Pujols.
Well, if you're going to give up a home run, give it up to a future Hall of Famer. At least you could tell the kids that.
And a no-doubter, too.
Yeah.
No, this just barely over the wall. Where you see the outfielder jumping up trying to make a play.
Middle infielder wall scraper. Yeah. There's Bedrosian.
Boy, Albert has crushed 2 home runs tonight. A combination about 900 feet or more.
Well, we talked about it for pretty much 2 months about this Angels offense and their inability to score runs in bunches and keep innings alive. That coupled with the fact they weren't really hitting the long ball. Now, this homestand especially, that certainly has turned around. Cole hits one out to right center field. That one's going to stay in the yard, however. Just got underneath it. Geyer will put it away, and it's the 3rd out of the inning. But the Angels do tack on a couple of runs. Albert's 2nd home run of the night. We head to the 9th. Angels leading at 7-3. The Angels all total have 4 on the night. So a pretty good night with the long ball once again for the Angels. Taylor Featherston takes over for David Freese. David himself got the scoring started with the home run in the 2nd. Taylor will take on the third base duties here in the top of the 9th inning. As Bedrosian will pitch the 9th inning. It's Souza Jr., Cabrera, and Franklin due up for the Rays. 7th game for Cam. Last night, their total of 28 pitches. Went an inning in the 3rd, 2 walks, and a 1 hit allowed. No runs coming across against Cam. Joe Smith, a 1-2-3 8th inning. Picked up a strikeout. Looking to close this one out for Garrett Richards, in line for his 5th win of the season. The Angels looking for their 5th consecutive win, matching, well, would match their season high, which they did back in early May. Steven Souza Jr., the right fielder, 0 for 3 tonight. Hacks it that first fastball and fouls it straight back. American League leader for rookies in home runs with 10. 25-year-old, part of the 3-team deal in the offseason. Between Tampa Bay, Washington, and San Diego. Will Myers going to the Padres. One of the many trades that the Padres pulled off. Missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Padres had a tough game tonight at home against the Mets. Still haven't found their consistency yet with all the moves they made. You mentioned
Jacob deGrom picked up the win for the Mets.
Talking about Cashner had an odd game for what he had 12 punch
12
outs.
strikeouts, 11 hits, and 4 2/3.
It's every time they put the ball in play, it was a hit.
2 balls, 2 strikes. That's a called strike 3 right down the pipe, 1 down.
And that's the thing for Cam. He's doing a lot better, a lot more confidence in his fastball, locating it well. His breaking pitch has been outstanding also.
I mentioned the 4 home runs hit by the Angels tonight, and I know there's a lot of folks out there that like stats and numbers and different things, especially the random ones. But Mitch Reinhardt, who does a terrific job along with Dan Snyder getting us a lot of these numbers, has told us that the Angels are 81-10 at home under Mike Scioscia when hitting 3 or more home runs. Now, when you hit 3 or more home runs,
you like your chances.
You like your chances. Odds are pretty good.
The good thing, a number of these home runs, one Trout a 3-run home run,
right.
also 2-run home run.
Yeah, not a bunch of solo shots. Yep. Under Mike Scioscia, the Angels are 57-10 when hitting 4 home runs, and they are 25-2 here at home. Cabrera 0 for 3. Ground out, a strikeout, and a fly ball to left. That's out towards center. Hit pretty well, but Trout's there. 2 down.
Cam could end up being a very important part of this bullpen as he gains confidence. Mike Scioscia is a big fan of his arm. There's no question about it. He's being able to become more confident in his role. One of the few power arms down in the bullpen for the Halos. A lot of good arms as far as locating pitches, good off-speed pitches, but as far as a power arm, Bedrosian has that arm.
Nick Franklin, the second baseman, a 1 for 3 game with a home run in the 4th. Breaking ball down and in. Two balls and 1 strike. I mentioned earlier in the game that the Angels in the month of May jumped their home run totals from 18 in April to 32 in May. And they got the party started right on June 1st. Yes, 4 of them. Chopper, foul. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Trojans 2-2. Down low, overthrown fastball. Full count. Rivera on deck. What's left of the 27,078 on their feet. Here's the payoff. Chopper towards second. Pujols cuts it off. Petrosian's there, misses the bag. They call him out, and they might review that. And no, they're not. Light that baby up as the Angels pick up the victory. It's their 5th straight win, 7-3 the final tonight.
Boy, it was great to see Albert back playing first and swinging with that huge bat, just crushing the baseball. 2 home runs, mammoth home runs for Albert Pujols. Mike Trout, a 3-run home run. David Freese, a solo shot himself. Garrett Richards threw the ball well, 6 solid innings. And then the bullpen shuts him down. Nice job by Alvarez and Salas to come in and shut down that inning in the 7th. Preserve the lead, but a solid all-around effort tonight by the Halos as they continue to play tremendous baseball. And Mike Scioscia, 5 wins in a row.
Yeah, from the 5th inning on, the Rays only had 1 base runner, and that was the leadoff single that Garrett gave up in the 7th. So the bullpen locked it down as well and did a terrific job. Alvarez to Salas to Smith, on to Bedrosian, of course, with Albert adding a couple of runs there in the bottom of the 8th inning, making it a non-save situation. So the Angels win it, the final 7-3. Let's go down to Alex Curry, who's with Mike Trout. Alex.
Thank you, Victor. Mike, 5 straight wins. You guys have matched a season high. What's clicking for this club right now?
We're pitching well, and, we're swinging the bats well. Albert's been huge for us. That game tonight was impressive. It was fun to watch.
Not just Albert, yourself. 14 home runs on this homestand from its club. Your 13th of the season. What would you attribute all these long balls to right now?
We're just getting a pitch a hit and, squaring it up. And it's going over the fence. So it's fun right now. We're winning, and it's good for the fans for sure.
For an offense that was struggling at the start of the season, would you say that this homestand could kind of be a turning point for this club?
Yeah, for sure. We were scratching out wins the whole year, and now we're putting it together. It's fun to play behind our pitchers, just throwing strikes, and it's fun to go up there and get some hits.
Congratulations on a great win. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Big win for the Angels here tonight as they keep this streak alive with 5 straight wins, gaining some ground on the division. 14 home runs this homestand, and coming up next, Kent French and Jose Moto break it all down on Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers.